Hi, welcome to College Eats. I'm Abby Rosenblum. Today we'll be showing you how to make inside-out cheeseburgers. And an inside-out cheeseburger is where you put the cheese in the middle rather than on top. And you can really pick any cheese you want to put in the middle, but today I'll be showing you cheddar cheese and goat cheese. So two sort of different flavors. One's a little more savory and one is a little more on the sweeter side. So to start, we're just going to take ground beef and just put it in a bowl. You're going to be using your hands for this, so I hope you're ready to get a little messy. And really any type of ground beef is good. You'll just put it in a bowl. And then to start, you're going to want to crack one egg into the bowl. This is important to not forget because if you don't crack an egg in the bowl, then the meat won't stick together when you're cooking it. So you're just going to get in there with your hands and mix it up. Might be kind of gross, but this is the best way to mix it. And a secret that we're going to add today that most people don't know is barbecue sauce. So normally you would just put that on the burger, but today we're going to be putting it just right in with the meat. So any barbecue sauce you want you can use, but we're using this Masterpiece barbecue sauce. And don't worry about measuring, you can really just put in as little or as much as you want. Mix that in. And also, Worcestershire sauce is a really good thing to put too. That adds a nice flavor. So just a little sprinkle in there. And if you're looking for a little spice, depending on how you like your food, you can add horseradish, which is a little different spice. It's more like wasabi instead of Cholula or things like that. So we're just going to add a little spoonful of that in. And to top it off, we're going to take some onions, which I've already chopped. It's just a regular yellow onion. And just put a little bit of those in there because you don't want the onion to overpower the other flavors. And you're just going to mix it up until all the barbecue sauce and everything is mixed in. It's starting to smell really good. We have this all mixed. We're going to make the ground beef into patties. And today I was thinking we can make sliders, so I'm going to make a little bit of smaller burgers. So basically you'll just, you want to make it basically pretty thin because you're going to put two halves together when you're going to put the cheese in the middle. So I'm making mine maybe like a quarter to a half an inch, probably a quarter inch thick, and I'll put two together. So we'll just put these on a plate. And I'm just going to make all these little ones, and then once we move over to the stove, right before you cook it, I would put the cheese in the middle and then put it right on the pan. And this is a great recipe to make. You can really make it all year round, even though people think burgers are more of a summer recipe. You make it year round because you don't have to grill your burgers. I'm going to make it today on a pan, but you can always grill them outside, good for summer barbecues, or just during any time, really. We're ready to make our burgers now, but first we need to make sure we put some oil in our pan so that the burgers don't stick. So I'm going to use a little coconut oil. Most people don't use coconut oil, but I think it's a really great thing to use because when you use olive oil, once you heat it, it kind of loses all of its healthy properties. But with coconut oil, once you heat it, it still keeps all the healthy things it can do for you. I mean, it's good for your skin, it's good for your hair, so it's good for your body altogether. So what we need to do is just take the burgers, and we're going to also take some cheese. So you'll take one of your little burgers, take just a little handful of cheese, and put it right on top. And take another half, and just kind of seal it all together. And stick it right in the pan. And you'll just do that with all your burgers until you have them all made. There might be a little cheese sticking out on the side, but that is okay because it'll still melt and taste really good. And then the other version of our burger is what we're going to make with goat cheese. So with that, just take a little scoop. And this is going to be a little sweeter. I'm actually using a fig goat cheese, but it'll still taste good, and we'll top this with a little spinach instead of iceberg lettuce. So you'll do the same, just put that right in the middle and drop it right in your pan. So we're waiting for the burgers to cook. We're gonna show you how to make some homemade French fries. People might be a little afraid of making their own French fries because it seems kind of complicated, but we're gonna make our own today, and I'll show you just how easy it is. So I'm using 2 potatoes, and that's probably enough French fries for about 4 people. And so we'll just start by chopping these up. And these are also a lot healthier for you than regular French fries because they aren't actually fried. We're going to bake them in the oven, and you just put them on a pan and put them in for about 20 minutes or until they're a little golden brown, and you're good to go. Okay, so make sure you preheat your oven to about 300 degrees before you make your French fries. Regular pan you can use. You'll just put the French fries right on there and spread them out a little bit. It's okay if they're touching, it won't matter. And if you try to cut your potatoes about all the same thickness, then it'll be easier to cook and you won't get some burned French fries in there. And if you want to just do a little bit more salt right before you, and a little pepper if you want, and just put them right in the oven and maybe check on them probably after 10 minutes or so, depending on if your oven tends to go a little quicker. And it usually takes about 20 minutes for them to fully cook. So now that you've let the burgers cook for about 10 to 15 minutes, it looks like they're about done. So we'll just take them right off the pan and put them on a plate. And if you put a paper towel on the plate, it'll absorb some of that extra juices so your bun doesn't get all soggy when you put it all together. So you'll put those on there. We'll just take 4 out because there's only 4 of us eating today. And it looks like the French fries are also done. So just be careful when you're taking those out of the oven because they'll definitely be hot. We'll put those aside for later. They look amazing. And now we'll go and put together our burger with some toppings. Alright, so our burgers are all done. So we're going to put them on some buns and get ready to eat. I'm using these potato rolls for our sliders, which are really great. You can also use Hawaiian sweet rolls, are really good. Or even just, if you want to make bigger burgers, then just use regular buns. So we're going to take each burger and just put it on the bun here. And I just have a regular tomato we're going to slice to put on top. So you can put maybe a half tomato slice since these burgers are a little smaller. A little lettuce, and then whatever other toppings you want, ketchup, mustard, anything like that. And then for our goat cheeseburgers, I would definitely recommend using, I think, instead of the iceberg lettuce, spinach would be really good. So we'll take that burger, and this is just some baby spinach, so you can put a couple leaves right on top. And then our caramelized onions that we made earlier, we'll put a few of those on top too. Alright, so I'll just finish making these, then we'll be ready to eat with my friends that I have coming over to eat. And I have my 2 great friends here. So thanks so much for joining us for this week's episode of College Eats Beyond Ramen. Join us next week to learn how to make an apple dessert in a bag. It just takes 5 minutes. And thanks for watching.